question that that comes into our mind. There are three questions to this entire set, and we have to look at all of them in individual and, of course, in whole, because that sets the discourse out. The first big question is the Modi government's policy and India's foreign policy far more muscular than it has been in the past? Is it more muscular under Modi? And the answer, well, quite obviously, yes. But in what number? Well, the number is significant. 66%. 66% come out and very clearly say, yes, the Modi government's policy is far more muscular. 28% say no. 6% can't say. Now, look at that 6% number. That seems to be a constant across the other two questions too. But 66% coming out and saying, can't say. What are the next question that we would ask? Obviously, do you think this government should conduct more surgical strikes? That's question number 2. Will surgical strikes, do we need more surgical strikes to deter Pakistan? 72% come out and say, yes, we need more surgical strikes to deter Pakistan. 24% say no, the can't say number, 4%. Now the final question. The final question, straight and simple. Do you think this government is right in opposing talks with Pakistan? Is Modi right in opposing talks with Pakistan? Nawaz Sharif versus Narendra Modi. Yes, 59%. No, 35%. Can't say, 6%. So the 6 and 4 fence-sitters in can't say, but 60%, close to 60% believe we are right in opposing talks with Pakistan. But perhaps there is a thought there. And I'll leave you with that, and as I toss it back to you, Rahul and Navika.
Yeah, look at those three numbers.
On April 19th, the Supreme Court restored criminal conspiracy charges against senior BJP leaders LK Advani, MM Joshi and Union Minister Uma Bharti in the Babri Masjid demolition case. The court had transferred the case from Rai Bareli to Lucknow for a joint trial, the hearing of which is supposed to begin today. Now, as the Babri hearing returns to haunt the BJP, a special CBI court will frame charges against BJP stalwarts today. MM Joshi, LK Advani have left for Lucknow. We got those pictures from the airport this morning, and in fact MM Joshi and LK Advani I believe left together from Delhi airport. My colleague Meenakshi is tracking this story for us, and before we go across to her and get her inputs live, let me play out a report that she sent to us from Lucknow court.
We're coming to you from outside Sector 25, the special CBI court here in Lucknow, where the BJP stalwarts are expected to register their presence and submit themselves before the jurisdiction after the Supreme Court stepped in and found that enough material is there to frame criminal conspiracy charges against them. As you can see, it's early in the morning. LK Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi have departed from Delhi. They're en route to Lucknow, but the police here, the administration here is taking no chances, and there is a very strict barricading that is happening on both ends of the road which houses this particular special CBI court complex. There are police officials already deployed here who are sort of taking stock of the situation, and perhaps what we are being given to understand from the local cops, the local administration here, is because it involves a huge number of people, 12 who are going to be making their representations before the court. The judge himself has taken note of the fact that it would lead to a lot of crowding inside the courtroom, and he has sort of made it clear that there will be not many people who will be present inside the courtroom, and therefore clearly the administration is taking stock of the situation, and they are aware that this is sensitive, and therefore you're seeing even so early in the morning there is a lot of barricading that has happened. Even media has been curtailed to only one part in a by-lane where everybody has gathered to cover this really big and important day, which has huge implications going forward. In Lucknow, with Imran, Meenakshi Bhanja for Times Now.
Well, it indeed is a huge day for all these saffron leaders who are expected to appear before the special CBI court shortly. Going across to Meenakshi, she's joining us for more now. Meenakshi, first of all, if you can break the sequence of events as it is expected to happen at the court today for us.
Well, that is correct, and for the sake of our viewers, this is first on Times Now a very significant information that we are bringing to our viewers. At the outset, what is likely to happen is that all the 12 will make an appearance before the court as ordered to do so. They will register their presence, showing compliance with the special CBI court directions to do so. Subsequent to that, applications showing their presence will be moved. And the third and the most crucial part, against 6, which includes LK Advani, Uma Bharti, Murli Manohar Joshi, Sadhvi Tambara, Vishnu Hari Dalmi, Vinay Katiyar, charges of criminal conspiracy 120B will be framed. And subsequent to that, there will be others like Champat Rai, Premji, Mahant Nritya Gopal Das, Ramvilas Vedanti, Mahant Dharam Das, Satish Pradhan, former MP from the Shiv Sena, against whom charges under 120B and 153, 153B, 147, 149, 505 of the IPC will be framed alongside the criminal conspiracy charge, which stays common to all 12 of 120B. Okay. Subsequent to that, what we are being given to understand is that they will be allowed to leave on a personal bond or surety. These are the sequence-wise developments that are expected within inside the courtroom that we are bringing first. Sometimes now.
Meenakshi, that's great. Thanks for bringing out all that important information.
At this hour, Times Now has accessed exclusive information from the meeting of BCCI with Pak Cricket Board officials in Dubai. Sources are telling your channel that BCCI has told PCB that they need to withdraw the compensation clause, as India will not play against Pakistan without the clearance of the government, which is unlikely to happen, at least in the current scenario. Let me now go across to my colleague Anand, who joins us live on this big story. Anand, India's stand remains the same. Once again, India making it very clear that till the time situation changes as far as India and Pakistan is concerned, there is definitely going to be no cricket. So the debate ends there.
Absolutely, and this is as far as the MOU is concerned, and to play bilateral series. Pakistan had sent across a legal notice and was also looking to go in for arbitration, but Indian and the BCCI had also written to the government trying to show and say that should we or shouldn't we play or engage in cricket or bilateral cricket with Pakistan. And the message from the government of India very, very clear that there will be no cricket as long as things between India and Pakistan do not improve and Pakistan does not toe the line, that you have to come out and sit across on the table and talk without any conditions, and most importantly cut down and cull all the terror that is being fomented on our soil. And cricket and terror will not go hand in hand. That is the message that India has sent across at this point in time. Karishma also joins us with more. Karishma, now the inside details that we have accessed, very clearly the government says and the BCCI has said, don't even talk about compensation, don't even think about it. There is no money that you're going to make out of us till the time your terrorist activities continue on our soil.
Well, yes, absolutely, Anand. Going on to show that government and the BCCI are on the same page as far as bilateral ties with Pakistan is concerned. BCCI in Dubai today just reiterating their stand, what they've been saying from the very beginning, that bilateral ties will happen with Pakistan only if the government gives them a nod. And BCCI this time going a step further and telling the BCCI to in fact withdraw the compensation clause, because the BCCI says there will be no compensation from our side because cricket cannot happen until government clearance, so you cannot hold the board to ransom. That is why the BCCI held a meeting today in Dubai to give a reply to the Pakistan Cricket Board officials of the legal notice that they had sent to the BCCI, just to make it very, very clear that there will be no cricket until and unless, the government gives them a nod, until and unless the hostile, the terrorism stops from that country, there will be no cricket. So BCCI just reiterating their stand from what they had said earlier.
And Pakistan's intentions come out very clear. They were after the money. They have no interest in actually playing cricket. They just want to make money. So this entire talk about let's play cricket was so that they could fill their own coffers, and India coming out and saying don't even think about compensation. There is nothing like that which exists. Karishma.
Yes, Anand, absolutely. Pakistan has never come out and said that we just want to play cricket. The moment they felt that, the MOU will not take place, the series will not happen, Pakistan since then has had, numerous number of times from saying that, okay, let's play in a neutral country to actually sending a legal notice. And even before they actually send the legal notice, there were talks of, for months as to what the PCB will do, that we wanted out the court settlement, we did not want to send the legal notice. So PCB has never been really clear in their minds as to what they wanted. Even after issuing a legal notice, we had Shahryar Khar who said that, we will play with India, but India has to offer us to play. So it has always been that desperate need to play with India to recover their financial losses that they will incur because of the bilateral series not happening according to the MOU that was signed in 2014, not keeping in mind what is happening at the border, how much terrorism is coming from Pakistan.
And the police is under a lot of pressure ever since this video went viral and also was shown across TV channels over the last 24 hours or so. And so the higher officials in the Home Department are themselves supervising the entire operations. Although we also hear that the police teams which have been dispatched to conduct raids and searches in the house of the accused are also facing some resistance because of a number of accused are known to be juveniles. But as far as those arrested is concerned, one person who was a major and the main accused in the case was arrested yesterday, while 3 of them were arrested late last night and early morning today. And remember, these 3 accused also have a very instrumental role to play as far as video recording the entire incident was concerned. So perhaps they gathered evidence for themselves unknowingly, which will be very instrumental in nailing them in the court. But so far, the police has only been successful in arresting 4 of the accused. 10 out of the 14 total accused still remain on the run. And although the police says that we are behind them and that over the next 24 hours all the arrests should be done. So far, police has only been partially...
In a shocking video, a cobra was seen struggling to spit out a plastic bottle. The cobra had accidentally swallowed the bottle. The video goes to show the damage that non-biodegradable plastic products have on fauna.
Comments from our politicians. The army that continues to do its job in difficult circumstances has also faced mounting false cases, all under the pretext of human rights violations. In a latest report, we're learning that in the last 22 years, as many as 1,736 cases have been filed against the army, and out of those, only 4%, or rather 66 of those cases were proved to be true. Our National Affairs editor Srinjoy Chaudhary is joining me for more on that story. Srinjoy, first of all, give us a sense of this elaborate report which has been put out in public domain. This clearly shows that there are many elements who are working overtime to actually tarnish the image of the Indian Army.
Well, there are a lot of people who are charging the army with a lot of things. And when they come really under the scanner and people seriously look at those charges and cases, they find there is very little evidence of those things that people have been charged with. Of course, 66 of over 1,000 have been found guilty, but that is a very, very small percentage, a very small number considering the kind of charges that have been made. So, in 66 cases, the army will have to take action and has taken serious action. But what about the other cases? This is stress on the army, it's stress on the soldier themselves, and also, most importantly, it takes away the focus from the army. Instead of doing what it has to do, it has to be involved in all these issues that are largely legal rather than military, and therefore, it only takes a lot of attention away from the army's primary
Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath ने वुमेन एंड चाइल्ड वेलफेयर मिनिस्टर स्वाति सिंह से लखनऊ में पब का उद्घाटन करने पर सफाई देने को कहा है। 20 मई को दरअसल ये इनॉग्रेशन हुआ था, लेकिन उसके बाद तस्वीरें वायरल हो गई और अब योगी आदित्यनाथ ने इस पूरे मुद्दे पर जवाब मांगा है स्वाति सिंह से। आमिर हमारे साथ जुड़ गए ज्यादा जानकारी लेकर। जी आमिर, तस्वीरें अब वायरल हुई हैं, क्या इसीलिए अब मिनिस्टर से सवाल पूछा जा रहा है?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल। मामला 20 मई का है जब विमेन एंड चाइल्ड वेलफेयर मिनिस्टर स्वाति सिंह को देखा गया कि वो एक बियर बार का उद्घाटन करने गई हुई थी और उस वक्त तो बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज कवरेज नहीं मिली थी इस इवेंट को, लेकिन उसके बाद जब ये तस्वीरें वायरल हुई जिसमें ये महिला मंत्री जो है उद्घाटन करते हुए दिखाई दे रही हैं और जिनका ये बियर बार था उनके साथ तमाम तस्वीरें दूसरी खिंचवाई हुई हैं, तो इनके वायरल होने के बाद सोशल मीडिया में सवाल जरूर उठे कि एक ऐसी सरकार जिसके मुख्यमंत्री जो है तमाम तरह से त्याग करने का, एक सैक्रिफाइस की प्रतिमूर्ति होने का दावा करते हैं और लोग उनको उसी रूप में मानते हैं, लेकिन उन्हीं की कैबिनेट की एक कोलीग बियर बार का उद्घाटन करते हुए नजर आ रही है। और खास तौर पर ये कंट्रास्ट में इसलिए देखा जा रहा है क्योंकि लाखों महिलाएं ऐसी रही पिछले 2 महीनों में जिन्होंने योगी सरकार बनने के बाद शराबबंदी की मांग की है और तमाम शराब के ठेकों पर तोड़ फोड़ की वारदातें हुई हैं। तो उसके बाद उन्हीं की कैबिनेट की एक मंत्री, एक साथी इस तरह से बियर बार का उद्घाटन करते हुए दिखाई दे रही हैं। तो इसको बेहद शर्मनाक माना गया और इसको लेकर जिस तरह का एक माहौल बना, उसी के बाद ऐसा लगता है कि मुख्यमंत्री ने
जवाब तलब किया। बिल्कुल, जो एजेंडा शायद मुख्यमंत्री तय कर रहे हैं वो उनके मंत्रियों तक पहुंच नहीं पा रहा है। आमिर, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका।
The Prime Minister receiving a ceremonial welcome there, and that welcome, of course, been given by the German Chancellor. And you just saw both the leaders addressing the Guard of Honor, and after that, of course, they go in for the IGC plenary meeting, and that's going to last about an hour and 15 minutes, an exchange of agreements and press statements in important time. Let me go straight across to Srinjoy Chaudhary. Very quickly put it into perspective for us.
Well, Rahul, this is largely an economic visit, but there are political elements in it and very important political elements. So the first, of course, relates to terror. Both India and Germany will tell each other during the meeting today that they are victims of terror, and terror has to be fought comprehensively and properly. That is really the first point. Prime Minister Modi is likely to speak about cross-border terrorism, something that will find resonance among the Germans. Apart from that, of course, both countries are looking to be permanent members of the UN Security Council.
Yes.
That said, the economic issues are also very important. The most important thing the Prime Minister is pushing for is skill development, and that is where he needs German help. And what we hear, the Germans are very happy to help out on that. The other issues, 2 issues that the Germans are very keen to help India and work with India are really renewable energy and, of course, infrastructure. In both areas, Germany has said that they'll be very happy to work in India. The only other point, Rahul, is a matter of defense. That could come up too, and especially relating to German submarines.
बाबा गुरु राम रहीम का नाम फॉरवर्ड किया है स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्ट्री को, बट योगा फेडरेशन जो है वो रिकॉग्नाइज्ड भी नहीं है स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्ट्री के द्वारा, तो योगा फेडरेशन नाम फॉरवर्ड कर भी नहीं सकता। लेकिन सरप्राइजिंग बात ये है दैट बाबा गुरु राम रहीम सेज दैट ही प्रोड्यूस्ड वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस इन योगा, बट देयर इज नो प्रूफ ऑफ इट। बाबा राम रहीम के पास कोई भी कोचिंग का डिग्री नहीं है। ही इज नॉट अ वेरीफाइड कोच इन द discipline of yoga. Yoga is not in the priority list of sports by the sports ministry. So it's really surprising that a name has been forwarded. He's nominated himself, and that the sports ministry has also accepted the recommendation. Yes, it could be rejected at a later stage when the scrutiny is done. But it is just surprising that Baba Guru Ram Rahim has, and he's the same person who also claimed that he taught cricket to Virat Kohli. So you can understand from where he's coming when he says that he's produced world champions in yoga when there is no proof of it.
Rahul, that even though they would probably need to firefight to some extent, but the BJP seems to be extremely confident, because remember, Ram Temple is an issue not only that belongs to the BJP, Ram Temple is an issue which even belongs to the Sangh. So there is no way that BJP will actually retract from what their particular stand is. In fact, we had heard Uma Bharti earlier as well, where she said that everything that happened in December 1992 happened in the open. There was nothing that was happening within closed doors. Everything was out in public domain. So there is nothing or no sort of conspiracy that the BJP leaders were involved in. And the entire support that we have been seeing that these particular stalwarts have been getting since morning clearly shows that the BJP clearly is not going to take a back step. We had already heard some of the spokespersons coming out and saying, Rahul, that it's a conspiracy by the Congress party. Why did the Congress party not do anything over the past couple of years? Why are they now jumping the gun and blaming the BJP and the NDA government for not doing anything as far as the Ram Temple issue is concerned, and as far as the demolition of the Babri Masjid is concerned, which happened way back in 1992. So the BJP stand stand, despite whatever charges are slapped against all these BJP stalwarts, will be that the BJP will stick to its agenda of construction of Ram Temple. There was nothing wrong that was done by the BJP leaders. Whatever happened in public domain. And as far as the BJP strategy is concerned, they will stick to their stand, no stepping back, no revoking of what their strategy is, and clearly come out and give full support for the BJP leaders. And as you rightly said, Rahul, that whatever result comes out today, whatever charges are slapped against these particular stalwarts, it will be in favor of the BJP as far as the political strategy in Ayodhya.
From the beginning, there is no substance in this case, and it's an old case, so it's quite but natural they'll get bail.
Okay, sir, but do you feel that criminal conspiracy charge is something that is going to be extremely worrisome for the BJP? Because politically, clearly, it is benefiting the BJP as well.
I am not talking political because the matter is before the court. Let the court examine everything. But I am of the view, personally, as a person who also knows about what is happening and all, that there is no substance in the charge.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to Times Now. So that was Union IT Minister Mr. Venkaiah Naidu speaking exclusively to Times Now on the recent developments that are taking place in their CBI Special Court in Lucknow.
Has been filed by an activist and advocate, Selva Gomati, against the Union Government of India and the state of Tamil Nadu. So basically, this particular affidavit, 25-page affidavit, challenges the notification that was issued by the central government with regard to cow slaughtering and the sale of cattle in marketplaces. So that has been primarily challenged on 11 grounds. So this is the petition that we have, which clearly says that the farmers and the other traders involved in the sale of cattle and other animals and slaughterhouses and its employees would be gravely deprived of their right of livelihood as under the impunged regulations. The sale of animals for slaughter has been prohibited in any animal market, while the definition of the animal market under Rule 2B covers all places of sale. Therefore, by the impunged regulations, a complete ban has been imposed on the trade of sale and purchase of animals defined as cattle under Rule 2E of the rules.
The point
Therefore,
really
the
is that in the notification,
are in violation of the right to livelihood.
The notification that was given that the centre had released on this issue on 23rd of this month, it never mentions that there is any sort of a ban that's going to be in place. In fact, it only talks about the regulation of cattle sale. It doesn't say that, sale and purchase of cattle is going to end completely. So isn't it some sort of misinformation out there? And of course, it is up to the state government now to ensure that there is no misrepresentation of facts, because that's the defense that the government has in this particular case.
Well, the government's defense maybe is something different, but as far as the legal matter is concerned, the petition claims that though the government has very clearly mentioned that the sale of cattle in marketplaces is prohibited. So that means that, that is nothing but an indirect imposition of a ban on slaughtering. So that is where this entire matter lies, this entire litigation is, as far as this particular petition is concerned. And what we understand from the grounds is that the right of choice of food, non-vegetarian or vegetarian, is part of the right of personal liberty, conscience and privacy. By imposing a ban on slaughter of animals for food, the citizens with a choice to eat the flesh of such animals would be deprived of such food, which violates the right to food, privacy and personal liberty guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. So basically, this petition that has been filed in the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court clearly argues that the regulation on sale of cattle in open markets is nothing but an indirect ban on slaughtering of animals. So this is what the petition clearly mentions, and based on that, the Madurai High Court has granted 4 weeks interim stay, and after 4 weeks, one will have to wait and see how the centre responds to this entire notification that has been challenged in the court and what will be the affidavit, what will be the contents of the affidavit, on what grounds the center has come up with this particular notification with regard to ban on with regard to the sale of cattle in open markets. Because here, as far as this particular petition is concerned, the 25-page petition that we have managed to access, these are the two crucial points that has been raised by the petitioners. One, it says that the center has clearly deprived the right of livelihood under the new regulations. The sale of animals for slaughter has been prohibited in any marketplace. The sale of the sale of animal has been prohibited in any market sale. Definition of the animal market has not been clearly mentioned as far as this particular notification is concerned. So basically, this is an indirect ban on slaughtering of cow is what the petitioner has argued. So we will have to wait and see what the center is going to say after 4 weeks with regard to this particular petition, and that is when it will be cleared. Because now
Anand, you rightly said that this has simply exposed our inter-service intelligence nefarious design of poisoning and polluting the mind of the youngsters in Kashmir Valley and generating the funds so that they can further foment trouble and terror in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. This 23-year-old Mohammad Qasim, he was apprehended by army in Bimbar Gali area along the line of control. This is one of the known infiltration routes. See, the modus operandi was simple. He was in fact masquerading as cattle grazer in that area. While moving in that area, he got in touch with one of the POK residents who handed him the 2 packets of heroin. That cost about 2 million in international market. While he was coming back towards his place, that was the time when army apprehended him. They recovered 2 packets of heroin, which has got the marking that is from Pakistan. It has come over to this place. That simply exposes how Pakistan's inter-service intelligence is trying to run narco-terrorism and how they are trying to generate funds out of this heroin smuggling so that they can foment trouble in Jammu and Kashmir. Right now, his interrogation is going on. They're also trying to find out whether this Mohammad Qasim is only narcotic smuggler, or in the past he's also acted as a guide so that he can facilitate infiltration of the terrorists into this side of the border. His interrogation is going on. You rightly said this thing, that this thing happened just 3 days after Times Now exposed this nefarious and sinister design of Pakistan. We have already seen how they had been in fact encouraging poppy field cultivation using the terror outfits in Jammu and Kashmir for that. But now this is another route which has been in fact exploited and used by the terrorists. That is from POK. They had been sending heroin to this place, but army has given a dent to their nefarious design.
So is this person one of the many mules that they employ? Pradeep, what are this person's antecedents? And this is that same region, the Bimbar Gali region, where you had the BAT team from the other side trying to make inroads. They were then apprehended. The SSG was gunned down. Their efforts were never, thwarted. And this was the same place across which the Indian Army also had some punitive action and inflicted heavy damages on the other side.
Yes, Anand, you're absolutely right. Bimbar Gali area is along the line of control in Poonch sector. It is one of the known infiltration routes. And in the past also, we have seen that several attempts had been made by Pakistan to push in terrorists. And there are also inputs that BAT action team of Pakistan that comprises of SSG commandos as well as Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists. They are looking for an opportune moment so that they can target the patrol. But Indian Army has been dominating the area. They have foiled their nefarious design. And the